Was the Wyatt Sicks on NXT tonight? No, it's a simple answer. There was some speculation on social media, which is why I'm talking about it. The numbers 25 and 28 was shown in the video on Monday Night Raw. So a lot of people speculated that 25 could be the 25th of June, which is NXT, 28 being SmackDown, and they could be interviews with the other talent in Wyatt Sicks. That actually sounded very credible and very plausible, but obviously it didn't happen tonight. I mean, there was also hype from people, obviously, at the start of the show when Ava would beef up the security team and obviously have the referees on standby in preparation for what might go down tonight. But it would relate to an NXT storyline with Brooks Jensen. Of course, it looked like a fan invaded the ring once again. This time, though, they found a way to keep the camera on him. And then, of course, security referees trying to get him away. He threw Vic Joseph's candy, goddammit. Ah, what an evil thing to do. This is genuinely such a compelling story on NXT. It's unpredictable, it's wild, it's wacky. A lot of people didn't like the social media stuff they did. Not everything's going to connect, but this tonight looked gold. Question now, though, for the Wyatt Sicks is, we did find those numbers. What do the numbers mean if they're not dates? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. This is things you might have missed from WWE NXT. Make sure you hit the like button. And if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button too. As Izzi Dane was talking trash to Brittany Reese backstage, you'd see Tatum Paxley appear behind the glass. I like the fact Izzy smacked the glass, not realising Tatum was ever there, but of course Tatum keeping an eye on Izzy. Is this going to be a future feud? I'm okay with that. It was Tag Team Turmoil to kick off NXT this week, and I love that. I love matches you don't see like this kind of stipulation every other week, so that's pretty cool. If you've never seen this done in WWE before, of course, these are the rules on screen. Feel free to pause the video and you can read them. New Catch Republic would start off the show against Idris Enofe and Malik Blade. Obviously, New Catch Republic picking up the win early on that one. It would then be Legado's Angel and Humberto coming out. And I love that they used Apollo Crews on NXT this week, allowing Tyler Bate to take advantage and get the win. Obviously, this is a storyline on SmackDown between Legado and Apollo. You're just furthering it a little bit using this NXT Tag Team Turmoil. Next up was the OC. The Good Brothers would come down, dominant at first, but it would be New Catch Republic with the upset victory, I think you can call it, because it was quite quick. But then, of course, OTM was on the ramp, just furthering that storyline a tiny bit. Chase U with the final team, and this match was cool. I like this. I like the fact they acknowledged Pete Dunne and Ridge Holland's history. It would, in fact, be Ridge Holland taking the bullet for Andre Chase, and obviously allowing Andre Chase to take advantage for Chase U to pick up the win. A bit of concern on social media following the match. Obviously, Ridge Holland took the dive from Tyler Bate, seemingly landed funny, and obviously was holding his elbow afterwards, so hopefully he's okay. We'd get a backstage segment between New Catch Republic and Ridge Holland, obviously playing off that Pete Dunne, Ridge Holland history. Pete Dunne saying you was meant to be going alone. Now why are you wearing that Chase U shirt? And then we set up a match for next week between New Catch Republic and Hank and Tank. I really like Tank, man. He's got so much charisma. The NXT Heritage Cup was on the line tonight. If you followed the channel for a while, you know that I'm not a massive fan of these matches, but I've got to give them credit. It was decent tonight. I love the story with Axiom finally happy for Nathan Frazier, actually coming out to ringside with him for the match. Now, obviously, 40 seconds in, Nathan got the first pinfall over Tony D'Angelo. Tony D'Angelo would level things out in round 2, and then we get 2 rounds of ties. And in round 5, Nathan Frazier ran out of time. He hit the Phoenix Splash. He would have got the 3 count fall, but time run out on the clock. So we went to round 6, and Nathan Frazier would be the victim of Tony D'Angelo's beautiful sky-high spinebuster. Love that execution on that move, allowing Tony D'Angelo to retain the NXT Heritage Cup. Wes Lee would be successful in action tonight, defeating Joe Coffey from Gallus. After the match, of course, Obafemi, the North American champion, would appear on that platform thing they have at NXT. And of course, a little bit of a promo, just a little bit of hype for their North American title match at Heatwave, which, don't forget, is the night after Money in the Bank in Toronto. That should be a very fun show. I love when NXT goes international. Just, remember London exists? I'd love an NXT pay-per-view over here. Ava would make it official for next week. Carly Bright will go one-on-one with Wendy Choo. I don't think Carly Bright's future is looking very bright at all. She ain't got a chance, has she? The NXT Women's Champion Roxanne Perez was in action as she took on Carmen Petrovic. I love the fact they gave Carmen some offense in this match, but it was exactly what it needed to be. Roxanne Perez picking up the win, looking strong ahead of her match at Heatwave against Lola Vice, who was sat at ringside, and after the match would backhand Roxanne Perez a receipt from last week. I love this. This is such a good feud. I can't wait for this match. Lola picking up the NXT Women's Championship and leaving with it. That is a statement in of itself. Lola Vice, is she foreshadowing what is to come at Heatwave? Lola would take the title to Ava's office, dump it on her desk, and say, when your champion wakes up, give this back to her. I love that attitude. It's so good. This is the face you make when an interview goes awry and Jada Parker interrupts and dominates a promo. She absolutely killed it tonight. The more screen time Jada Parker gets, Jada just excels, genuinely. Tonight, challenging Mishin to a street fight next week on NXT. That's huge. Do you know what? Mishin looks great on NXT recently and on SmackDown too. Jada Parker, as I said, has been excelling recently. Putting the two together in a match like that, I'm down. Noam Dar would appear via video link tonight and he would confirm that he is injured. He said that Ethan Page ripped the tendon straight off the bone and he'll be out for a considerable amount of time. Oro Mensah would then cut a really big babyface promo and talk about the struggles he had as a child and all this stuff and thinking that he'd never be here in NXT. So are they going to turn Metaphor a fully babyface team now? That would be interesting. We've not seen that yet. I'm down to try it. I think it would be an interesting concept as well because we've seen this relationship between Lash Legend and Trick Williams. Obviously, it's a real life relationship that's been played out on NXT. Now they're like a babyface group. Can that be explored more? Tavian Heights would defeat Damon Kemp tonight. That means he's officially part of No Quarter Catch crew. Now, and just worth mentioning, Damon Kemp didn't look very happy about it. Whether it was the loss, whether it's the new member, he wasn't happy. Could he potentially turn on the group in the future? A massive segment tonight as Ethan Page would call out Ava, the general manager of NXT, followed by Sean Spears' interruption and him dropping some bombs about how Ethan Page followed in his footsteps. Obviously a little hint that Ethan Page came from AEW to NXT, much like Sean Spears did. Trick would come out and a brawl would start. And I've got to point this out. Javon Evans come out, and I think he's the happiest man ever to run to the ring to get into a brawl. Genuinely loved that. It was really class. But obviously they're setting up for what we believe a fatal four-way and tonight's main event between Sean Spears and Trick Williams, where Sean Spears would pin Trick, and immediately after we go back to the general manager's office where Ava would make it official. Fatal four-way at Heatwave. Decent show tonight. I like NXT. NXT always delivers so much content in 2 hours. It's great. For me this week, 7 out of 10 is very fair. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Like the video. Hit the notification bell. You'll never miss another upload. And I'll see you next time. Peace!